Hi, how's it going? So speed, of course, is a very important aspect of any sort of self-defense or confrontation situation. And speed is one of those areas where misconceptions or sometimes just downright lies are spread about Systema, because some people say that we only ever work at slow speed, which isn't true. They also say things like we do no-touch knockouts, which certainly isn't true either. But how do we deal with speed in Systema? What is our approach to it, both in terms of developing my own speed and also, of course, managing the other person's speed as well. So that's what I'm going to be looking at today. Now, I'm going to keep this fairly brief because, you know, I've only got a short time to do these vlogs. If you want more detailed explanation and sort of more advanced tuition, then click the join button below and that will give you details of how to join our member channel. There's uploads going up there every 7 to 10 days on a whole range of subjects. And of course you also get direct access, and we've got Zoom sessions and other things going on as well. So please do take a look at that. So what I'm going to do today is give you a few ideas of how to start working with speed, how to start working against speed, just a few basic principles and drills. And we're going to be working around the ideas of awareness, the ideas of timing and position, and most importantly, the idea of rhythm or flow. So let's make a start. If we're talking about speed, then we need to have an understanding of awareness, because I can be the fastest in the world, the fastest gunslinger in the world, but if the other guy is standing here and I don't know it, right, it doesn't matter. So this is a drill I got from my friend Anthony Walmsley. Very nice drill, and again, this is just the first level. You can add lots of different things into this, but the idea is to pick up the movement as it starts. Now then you think, well, where does a movement start? Generally it starts in the head, right, because people have a thought and then they translate that into a movement. Not always, but most times. So if Jay makes just if you give me like a slow punch to the face and watch, yeah, just keep going through how that movement starts and how it develops. Just pick any, because I told you the movement, so I started it, you know. Just pick your own movement. I'm not going to do anything, but, right? So you start to see where that movement starts. I'm looking at his feet, I'm looking at his shoulders, I'm looking at his eyes, you know, because sometimes there's things where people will look away, have a look around. I saw a classic one a couple of weeks ago with a couple of lads, and one of them was like, and you think, oh, right, there we go, you know, look around, see if anyone's there, that kind of thing. So to put this down into a drill, Jay's going to make a movement, and as soon as I see the movement start, I point and I make a noise, and I point to what I can see moving. So I'm building up this awareness of the movement as it starts, because that's the best time to deal with it. Worst time to deal with it is right there. Can deal with it there as well, but that's another thing. So this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, but there's a problem in martial arts where we do this. Right, that's why I don't like that kind of sparring so much, because it sets us up to get ready. Ready? Sport. And then, you know, then we're off. Whereas in reality, anything can happen anytime. Thank you. So if you're, and this goes for any sport, like if you're a footballer, you know, you don't see the guy on the wing sort of, oh, is there something going on over there? You know, a good footballer is aware of the field the whole time, and he makes himself available to get the ball. Okay. If you're working on a door, if you wait until a big fight kicks off and then wade in, you've failed at your job. You've got to be aware of, oh, is there a bit of, oh, it looks like a bit of trouble starting over there perhaps, and that's when you deal with it. So it's just the same principle. So I stand here, he stands there, and that's it. Very simple. Okay, let's try that. Pause. Yeah, so we're just picking up that initial stage of movement, and that's the drill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Thanks, Matt.
Yep.
This is good.
So you see how Gareth isn't looking directly at either of them, but he's got them both in his field of vision. So you can learn to pick up quite subtle movements in this. Plus there's that sort of sense as well.
Up. Up. Up.
So even the drill at this basic level, there's quite a lot going on. We're working peripheral vision. The reason we make a sound is because we want to exhale. When we exhale, we release tension, and we've programmed ourselves to move on the exhale. We point because we want to be bringing the hand up or the hands up. Okay. So as I say, it's basic level, but there's already quite a lot going on. If you want more information on peripheral vision and all that kind of stuff, check out the Systema Awareness book, now available on Amazon and all good booksellers, and even some bad ones. So the next stage from there, we'll do one more on this because I want to get another couple of drills in today, is now we're going to talk about timing and position. So if Jay is doing some sort of movement towards me, even if I pick it up, if I do this, the timing was okay-ish, but the position is terrible. Okay, it might be ideal if you go for like a punch, yeah, something like, you know.
So it connects, yeah?
Yeah. The timing's crap, but look, then I get a good position, right? Or it's coming in. You're sort of walking in towards me. Oh, my timing. Actually, the timing's not bad. Then I'm trying to do poor timing. It's like I knew a drummer who was so upset at his poor timing, he threw himself behind a train. Anyway, so what I want now is as soon as I see that movement developing, if you can't hurt them, then make them laugh. As soon as I see that movement developing, now I want to move into him, and we're not doing anything in particular at the moment. I'm just checking his movement. I'm sort of defending my space, and you defend a space by getting the other person out of it, not necessarily by letting him in. So now if I let him go to here, and now I try and do this, then we're on a sort of equal footing, right? But what I'm looking to do, as soon as I see that movement, then we're into that, and I'm moving him back. So my position, if I do that kind of slow, see I'm coming out to the side a little, getting a little bit off the line, but I'm still keeping my centre line on him, and I'm moving him back. So that's the timing, and that's the position. I'm not waiting for this, then I can do some sort of technique, right? I use the timing and the position to make it easy to move him. Doesn't matter if he's resisting it, not at this stage, because I've got the throat and the elbow. It's quite difficult to resist, right? But also I'm taking the momentum from him. You know, even if you're walking aggressive and I kind of try and resist it, it's, you know, 50-50 at best. To some extent it takes some of the aggression out, and this is just, you know, I'm not hitting him or anything yet, but I'm moving into his space to cut his movement down. So timing and position, same setup. So the timing was a little bit off there, because
But the angle,
it doesn't help. But
was
the
perfect.
position was good.
Position,
Yeah.
When it comes in, you notice. Yeah, no, as I moved to it, it sort of went like that.
So the last thing we're going to look at is the idea of rhythm and flow. Quite often in martial arts, certainly in martial arts movies and choreography, people work to a rhythm. Ha, 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 ha. Or people work combinations. Pum, 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 pum. There's a kind of rhythm, and some arts even have, like, people will be playing drums or stuff like that to get that rhythm going. Rhythm's okay, but the approach we like to take more is to be in flow, because rhythm can be staccato, right? Whereas if I get into a flow, then my emphasis is not so much on the strike at the end, but just on my movement. And if it just so happens that in that movement there's something in the way, there's my hit, and see, I'm instantly back into something else. So I'm not thinking like hit, but sorry, it's all part of one movement. So again, it's a big subject. It gets us into our figure eight work and everything else. But this is why when you're working in terms of speed, you don't think so much speed but flow, and you don't rush, because when you rush, you tend to bring tension in, and a lot of people see speed as twitch. It's like a twitch, right? So I can be fast. I can hit Jay here, Fast hit. What did it do?
Don't know.
It actually hurt my fingers because I got a little knot on this thing. So there's speed there, right? But there's not so much power. So it might be, you can say, yeah, I can overwhelm him. Okay. The other issue to think about is if you're doing a lot of twitch, staccato movements, it's not good for your joints. Elbow, shoulder and everything else. I've looked at a couple of things lately online. There was a Russian boxer, I can't remember his name. I'd never heard of before, but he was knocking people out with this. You know, or it looked like that. No rush, didn't rush. So you see that with some good boxers, you know. They don't rush because they've got good timing and position, and then when they hit, it's almost like a slow hit. There's a video up on YouTube, or a couple, Michael J. White, and I think he's got Kimbo Slice, that's quite an old video, and he's saying put your hand up and don't let me hit. So if I do this, as soon as you see me move, you move the pad. See, if you get this twitch going, there's always a little kind of giveaway. Sometimes if you just go slow, then it hits. So he was doing that, and then he was doing it with a professional boxer as well more recently. And I thought it was quite interesting because I think it's one of those things that the professional boxer thinks, yeah, that's a neat trick, and then go off and carry on doing what they were doing before. And Michael J. White was saying, oh, this is really advanced work. For us, it's not particularly advanced because you learn to hit not with that twitch, but just with a movement. Okay, so our speed comes from, yes, I can move quickly, but not in a twitchy staccato way, but I move with that flow. Because the other idea is when I hit, see, I can hit here quick, and I bring it back quick, and I'm in my guard position and everything else. When I hit, when I'm doing something to him, I want to hit with the whole body. So my movement will be from here, back hit, and I'm closing in on the person. So if I hit you quick with that, it's going to be right. I can hit him. I'll give you a bit of. I can hit him slow with that, right? And it's a good hit. It doesn't rely on the speed. The speed I'll put in terms of timing and position and that awareness. So if you're just coming in and doing something, see, there's my timing and position. Then I've got the time to do a good hit. I don't need to be sort of doing this kind of stuff, right? See, the hands can be fast, but you know, it's as you get a bit older, you get a bit tired of it. This way, pum, 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 you can keep moving for much longer. It's much more efficient. All right, so we're going to try that. Now we do that same drill as before. Now the person can put some sort of attack in, timing, position, and then see where you can hit. I've got the knee as well, sorry. But without rushing. You can move fast, but you don't rush. Yeah. So of course, as with all the drills, you can start this off slow, but you can work this up to full speed if you want. You can put gloves and headgear on. And the important thing is you neutralise the other person's speed with your timing and position, and then of course you hit them.
You know what you do on the strike on that last one. Yeah. Doing the grabbing. That's better. So then you catch it. When you touch, catch. Yeah. That's it.
Even without the actual hit, like if you, without, there's no like proper hit here. It's not about this. You lose focus. Even without the proper hit, you lose the vision of the. I lose the vision of anything. So it's just it's even without
I think it's because it's very solid. It's very structured behind. So it's like walking into something. It's like boom.
That's the push one. So you've got the push one. Nice. Yeah, whatever. Nice. So you're not going at the same angle when it's forced into force. I'm coming to you there. You should be there. Now you're just dashing it.
Something.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
Oh, that's good. Good, so there we go. I hope that gives you some ideas to get started. As I mentioned in there, of course, you can look at my Systema awareness books and all the others for a ton of drills. And of course, there's that member channel if you really want to get involved and really want to progress your training on to the next level. Anyway, that's it for today. As always, if you've got any questions or comments, let me know below. And please do like, share and subscribe. and I'll see you next time.